I went with my friend to
What a
get it
good
done,
intro.
and she probably saw that as like a confidence thing, and then she went to do them, and it was so excruciatingly painful for her.
See, yeah, because piercings don't necessarily bother me, and I've thought about it, but...
Dude, I recommend it. Get your nipples pierced.
Welcome to the fucking podcast.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the House of Lynn.
Your weekly dose of tantalizingly whimsical banter between your favorite group of friends.
I wouldn't say favorite. I don't think favorite's the best.
Oh, we're the we're their favorite.
Maybe we're their favorite.
What's that supposed to be?
I'm Ethan.
I'm Emily.
I'm Elliot.
I'm John.
I'm Cora.
We have a wonderful... I just had a stroke. We have a new person this week. This is Cora. She's John's girlfriend.
It's my
She's
girlfriend.
so
She's
all
filling
great
Kuba's spot
qualities.
for this week because Kuba couldn't
Kuba's a
be
butt.
here. Kuba's
Kuba is a butt.
earning that dough.
she's earning that dough, mama. Also,
Yeah, 4 days a week.
I don't think we mentioned this in the last two episodes, but this is kind of like we kind of have like an ensemble cast that members are going to be like coming and going. It's been a struggle bus.
It's been a ride.
It's been a bumpy ride.
It's
So-
about to be a bumpy ride.
It's about to be a bumpy ride. So, how was everybody's week? What happened? Does anybody have any fun anecdotes?
I had a mouse run across me the other day.
You had a mouse run across. Wait, what? You had a mouse run across you?
Yeah, so I've had a mouse problem in my room for a while, and my cat was acting weird, and my dad told me it was nothing. And then, lo and behold, I decided to move the books, and the mouse ran right across my legs on the floor.
Oh my god!
I was home alone, but if I had neighbors, they would have thought I was being murdered. I was screaming so loud.
Oh my god.
That sounds horrifying. Also, like mice are kind of cute though. Not when they're running across your feet.
No, screw any rodent.
I personally think
My
they're cute when they're-
hamsters. You ass.
Screw your hamsters.
Barry and Arya. No.
Wait, what are their names?
Barry and Arya.
Is that Game of Thrones?
No.
Oh, okay. Isn't there a Game of Thrones character named Arya?
Yeah, there
I don't
is.
know. I've only
Yeah.
watched the first 5 minutes of the first episode of the first season.
That hurts me. That hurts me a lot.
Pulling him.
You made unbroken eye contact the entire time you opened that fucking can.
Good job. Great job.
Thank you.
So my
I
week
don't need
was
your approval. I just need to stare you
listening.
down while I do it. That's all that matters.
okay. How was your week, Miss Emily?
I've been on lockdown for the last...
Yeah, that's true. We all
This is the first time we're all seeing each other for...
in almost a month.
Yeah.
Has been a while.
In almost a month.
I mean,
minute.
It's
something.
good to
I
be
think
back.
something people have to understand. We would spend every single waking moment with each other. Like every single Saturday, we'd be at Ethan's, and
Yeah.
then this has been the longest we've been apart.
yeah,
It's since
Last
the
quarantine.
start of quarantine. Yeah.
literally.
We had a passionate
missed
meetup in an empty, desolate parking lot with freezing ice raining down on us while we were sitting in the trunks of each other's car.
yeah.
It was wonderful.
It was freezing ice.
It was. Yeah, it was literally.
I remembered vividly.
So fucking cold.
And then we all packed into one car, and we were all
We
worried
can't
about it.
disclose that.
Well,
we did not pack into one.
Well, we all quarantined for like 3 months.
Yeah, and we all were healthy. Everybody
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
fine. So
we literally
it's
didn't
okay.
leave our houses for 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
were obviously fine. That was literally the only reason why we did it.
Yeah.
Why we felt comfortable doing it.
Specifications, I didn't know you guys then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
This
true.
is true.
That's
Right.
true.
Wow.
You've only been a part of our life for a very short time, Mama.
4 months.
Just about.
You know-
let's be honest with ourselves. How was everyone's emotional state this week?
Mine wasn't terrible. I took my last final on Monday,
Yeah.
and
school's
I
over.
got a 92 on it, I think.
I mean, by the time this podcast finally goes up, we'll be in school again, probably.
Yeah,
but
probably.
Really?
It's
I,
like
uh,
actually when we're recording this, it's not even Christmas time because we're not going to start uploading until the new year,
Okay.
just so that we can stockpile.
Yeah.
in
time
case-
traveling right now.
Yeah.
This is our digital time capsule, everyone. I hope you enjoy.
Aww.
Have
Love
you guys
it.
ever done a time capsule?
Yes.
No, I'm not
You
fucking
have.
gay.
I have done a time. I've done 2.
Nickelodeon's done like.
You did too?
at
I did
least
too.
5.
The Nickelodeon time capsule.
No.
I'm still
we-
waiting for that thing.
wait,
I think
can
it's
we-
supposed to pop this
Wait,
year.
wait. What was everybody's favorite Nickelodeon show growing up? Mine has to be Victorious. It still is. Like
That's hard.
the
Am I
day-
basic to say SpongeBob?
No, I was gonna say
Actually-
SpongeBob.
actually,
Avatar.
Oh yeah, it
That was
originally
Nickelodeon.
Avatar by
Nickelodeon
far.
show.
That was Nickelodeon.
Huh.
I forgot.
Well
Avatar.
then, yeah, Avatar obviously. But
I
if we're
mean-
talking just classic Nickelodeon, like you don't view Avatar as a Nickelodeon show, even though it technically
Avatar
is.
is its own thing.
It's
It
its
is on
own
another
thing.
Yes.
level.
Absolutely.
She is her own entity. She is an icon. She's a
lives-
legend.
She
and
lives
she
by
is-
herself. She's 26. She's in an apartment above a bar, right next to a bus stop. It's perfect for her living
She's an
style.
icon. She's a
Icon.
legend, and she is the moment. Have you ever seen that meme of Wendy Williams?
I don't think so.
It's like it's
Have
literally
not.
Wendy Williams just sitting in her chair like she usually does with her like tiny waist and huge titties, and she's like,
Badonkers.
she's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. I don't even know what the fuck she was talking about, but have you?
Sounds like something a coked up Wendy Williams would say.
I love her.
But
I, for some reason, can't stand her.
you have to
I
love someone.
might
You
make
must be
myself
able
look
to
like
understand their downfalls.
For the native New Yorker.
I don't know who this is.
Yeah, I don't know either.
No one opens the door. You haven't seen that on TikTok?
I haven't been
No.
on TikTok
I don't
in
have
weeks.
TikTok.
Well,
How have you not been on TikTok in weeks?
you know-
What did you do during quarantine?
So I logged into TikTok 2 days ago, and you know how you get the little notification thing in the corner of what people send you? It was at the 99 plus, and I closed out of the app, and I was like, it's not worth it.
Understandable.
I was
Yeah.
sat there all day watching.
I know.
those.
I need
I-
to get to that moment, like,
I've been sending you TikToks for
That
like
pure-
weeks.
I will accept them, and I will check them at some point. It's just a lot.
yeah.
That pure form of I give up when you sit there and watch TikToks for hours.
Oh, yeah.
It usually starts as a bathroom break.
That's usually
Yep.
how
and
I
it
start.
stems to something so much more.
That's usually how I start my
no.
day. I literally wake up, ignore the 5 Snapchats that I woke up to, and scroll through TikTok for like 20 minutes before I get out of bed.
I mean, I don't get out of bed till 1:30, so.
God, you guys live such wonderful lives. I wake up at like 7:50 for my job at 8 a.m.
I'm sorry, I'm unemployed.
So back to my question: what was your favorite Nickelodeon show as a kid?
I mean, obviously Avatar, but I was gonna say SpongeBob. I mean, my Instagram handle says it all, but that was
Yeah.
the
I'm a
inspiration.
Yeah.
Good Noodle is from SpongeBob.
Yeah.
That's why I made it, and just I've thought of changing it, but you know what?
I don't know
think it
how
has to
people
stay.
don't get that.
I don't either.
There's
I
a
get
lot of
so
people
many
that don't get it
questions.
Yeah, I
either.
know. Yeah.
I'm a good noodle.
To this day, I still love Victorious. The day that they put that shit on Netflix, I literally like watched a whole season in one day. I remember I was in Aruba and I got,
Jamaica. Ooh, I wanna take ya.
and at the
Continue.
Copyright.
at the time it was when it wasn't available on Netflix, but when you go to other countries, there's like different shit available on Netflix. So that's how I would like the VPN thing. If you get like,
I'd like to mention our sponsor, NordVPN.
that is a joke.
That is a joke.
Wait,
Unless you
while-
want to
while
Unless
I-
you want to.
While I
Honey is an app.
best fiends, but
Gardenscapes.
I remember I got drunk in Aruba at like because the legal drinking age is 18 and I think I was 19 at the time. Maybe I was 20. I was 19.
You
but
old bitch.
I was an old bat. But I literally got drunk at like 2 p.m. and watched an entire season of Victorious in bed alone.
Victorious is
Aruba.
outstanding. It is an outstanding show.
It is so It is so funny.
Like iCarly's on the same level. Those
yeah.
two shows,
Yeah.
like,
What do you got there? Smoothie.
did you see they're doing a reboot of iCarly?
I
Really?
think-
I
didn't
th-
say that.
I
is
didn't
it
know
like
they
a-
rose Michael Jackson from the dead. Wow. Learn something new
It's
every
time
day.
to go.
Yeah, it came up on my Facebook the other day.
But-
Nickelodeon said that. What was the brother's name?
Spencer?
Spencer. I was gonna say Spencer, but I second guessed myself.
When are they
But
bringing back Drake and Josh?
Oh,
Seriously,
That was my favorite
that was
yeah.
Nickelodeon
Yeah.
show. Sorry, continue on your
Josh
No, I
Peck
was
has a
gonna-
kid now.
What?
You didn't know?
You didn't know
Oh
that?
yeah,
No.
his kid's like 2. His
Yeah.
name's Max.
Well, I can't wait until Drake Bell has a kid and they are brothers on the reboot
Wait,
of Drake
have
and
you-
Josh coming in
tea-
2052.
Hold up though.
Wait,
the
okay.
tea between those two.
I was screaming
Well,
that.
it basically just like that Josh didn't invite Drake to his wedding.
But Drake's actually a pretty not
Like-
great person.
yeah,
That's what happens when you can kiss a different girl in the premiere movie theater every weekend.
Camera.
All I know is that Drake Bell has ever done 2 things in his acting career that I am aware of. 1, actually no, 3 if you count this. 1, he was Drake in Drake and Josh. 2, he was Drake in Drake and Josh the movie. Three. He voiced Spider-Man on one of Marvel's animated Spider-Man TV shows from, I believe, 2007.
Wasn't he also Timmy Turner in the live action?
Yeah,
He
He was Timmy Turner in the live-action Fairly Odd Parents movie. That is 4 things that Drake Bell has done.
He has performed at Moravian College too.
And
How do you know that?
I remember people freaking out about it because it was 2 years ago. Drake Bell came to Moravian.
How the mighty have fallen.
This episode is going to be called Drake Bell: Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Please.
I would love to meet Josh Peck though. Between the two,
I love him.
Same.
he seems
He's
like
hot
such
now.
a great person.
Well, he's friends. He's really close with David Dobrik.
Yeah.
and
He
all
is
of
hot
them.
now.
I was going to say something before, but now I don't
Yes.
remember.
We're talking about our favorite Nickelodeon show.
Oh, we were talking about Victorious.
And
How you got drunk in a
Beck
room
has been
and
posting
yeah, I got
up on my TikToks.
Yeah, Beck.
Officer Podesco, would you like some Raisin Bran?
My favorite part of Victorious that I will ever see is when it's Andre and Beck, and they're next to each other in Psychowitz's class, and he says, "And these are your twin sons." It's like, and your father can't even tell you apart, and you can obviously tell that there is a big difference between Beck and Andre.
I mean, Beck played a stoner in the new Zombieland movie.
That's so true.
Oh my god,
That was
Oh my God.
outstanding.
So, do you guys remember? It was in one of the first episodes of Victorious. Psychowitz runs in the classroom and he starts screaming, "Oh my God, there's a huge fire!" And then he's like, "Kidding, got your blood pumping." One of my professors literally did that a couple weeks ago. We were sitting in class and nobody was paying attention. It's like 9 in the morning and everybody's like, so he just starts screaming, and he's like an old-timey New York dude. And he's like, "Oh my God, there's a huge fire! Oh my God, excuse me, guys, I gotta put this out." And then we all go from like not paying attention to like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And he's like, "Kidding, got your attention." And I was like, this dude is literally Psychowitz.
That's insane.
And then the next day he ran in with a coconut bra and no shirt.
Do you ever start, I was talking about this today with the girl I work with. I was like, do you ever start telling a story and then halfway through the story, you're like, wow, this isn't interesting, but I can't just stop telling the story
you
because
gotta
I'm
continue.
yeah.
I've done that way too many times.
There's some value to the story, but it's not worth your time.
But you have to, because you
But
can't
yeah,
just
you can't just stop in the middle of the story.
You don't have to. You could take a pause, ask the other person in the conversation, like, do you really want to hear the rest of this? Like, can we just cut it here? Because it only goes downhill, and you seem like you're falling off already. Like, do you want to just stop? And they're like, yeah.
It takes more effort to do that than it does to just finish the fucking story.
Yeah.
yeah, you already have like your train of
How far into
thought.
the story
Yeah.
you are.
And then if they ask to finish it, then you forget where you left off in the story.
I've done that 3 times on this podcast already.
Other than obviously Avatar as well, I would have to say Victorious. Also, Beck has been popping up on my TikTok
Yeah.
page a lot, and he was talking about the episode where he dresses up as her stunt double for the movie script they
That
were
was a
doing.
good
It was
episode.
something he brought up because they were like, "What do you want to do?" And he's like, "I kind of want to dress up as Victoria." They're like, "Why?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Just to do it." So that's why that whole
wanna get
episode
away with
happened because he
cross-dressing
wanted
on
to dress up.
Nickelodeon.
as
I want to
her.
get away with cross.
There's so many people on Nickelodeon I would love to sit down and have a meal with.
Oh,
these
yeah.
people, just to
There's
hear
too many.
I know.
From from every single teen drama. Can you imagine the cast of? Let's see how many we can list.
Wait.
iCarly, Victorious.
Here's
is
a
the
question.
yes.
Here's one that I'm surprised Elliot didn't bring up. What was you had a phase when he was in 3rd grade? He had a phase.
Big Time Rush.
Elliot.
When I was in
You
second or
loved
third grade, I
Big Time
binge watched the
Rush.
entire show.
Loved Big Time
I loved
Rush.
that show because
I fucking loved Big Time Rush.
it got me hooked because in the first couple episodes they put a slide in their apartment.
Yes.
And I'm like,
I remember that
I love this
vividly.
show. And there was always funny stuff happening, like when they put Carlos in the shopping cart and push him down a hill. It's like this doesn't fit the
That
show, but it's really funny.
That show is ridiculous.
Destroy,
It is.
There was
destroy, build, destroy.
Oh, that show was
I don't.
really
But that wasn't on
gnarly.
Nickelodeon.
Yes, it
that.
was.
That was
Was
Cartoon
that?
Network.
I thought that was on Cartoon
Mm-hmm.
Network.
She's right. I remember because it
That
was
was
Cartoon
an
Network.
awesome show,
Cartoon
though.
Network had some great shows.
Regular
Yeah.
show.
Ben 10.
Oh my god.
Can we talk about Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends?
Oh, such a wonderful
Watched it.
show.
I watched a little bit of it, but you
were
watched it a lot
young,
more.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Ellie
was
would have
really
been
young.
really young.
It was out of your. It was pretty close to out of your timeline.
your time.
Sadly.
Well,
I don't even know if I
grew up on
remember
the
that.
end
You
of
don't remember
Foster.
that show?
Describe it.
We would have because I
on.
don't even remember
Chowder.
that show.
Chowder.
Basically,
Let's go.
it's where when kids have imaginary friends and they get too old for them, they send them to this
Foster's
place.
home.
They send them to literally a foster home for imaginary friends for them to get adopted by younger kids.
No.
You've never seen
I
that.
didn't
I gotta
realize that
bring
was
up-
like the whole like
Yeah.
plot behind it. That's actually kind of interesting.
The
I gotta
main
bring up
character, the main character is blue, and literally
Yeah, I got it. That's all I needed.
all you.
Yep.
Another thing that we should remember from Foster's Home is when Max gave up.
Yeah.
Mac gave up Blue for a little bit, and he adopted Cheese, and Cheese came around.
No,
all Cheese
no,
would
no.
say is,
He never.
Cheese.
No, he never adopted Cheese. Cheese was
Placed
like
onto him,
no.
right?
He was this girl that Mac was friends with.
Yes.
It was her imaginary friend. She was like fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So that's why Cheese was fucking crazy. And he was never like he was never in the foster home. He just hung around because he thought
He was a
friends with-
drifter.
Yeah.
He was a drifter
Yeah.
outside of Foster's Home for imaginary friends.
Do you remember the episode?
Oh,
do you
my
remember
God.
that? Do you remember the episode where Cheese comes in dressed like a lady and he goes, "I'm a lady," and then he goes, "I'm a lady."
I can
And then-
remember that.
And then
Oh
and
my
then he
God.
walks in, kisses Blue on the lips, and goes, "Now we're brother ladies."
I'm a lady. Now we're brother ladies.
I remember the "I'm a lady" part.
Yeah,
I'm a lady.
I'm a lady.
How he looks
I'm a
and
lady.
everything. Like,
Cheese looked messed up.
yeah, she's so
Looked like
screwed
he'd been
up.
on
Oh, yeah.
crack for like 3 years.
Cheese is the crack baby of imaginary friends.
Oh, absolutely.
This was more of like a girly show, if you want to consider it. But do you guys
Please
remember
say-
Winx?
Oh no, that's not what I was.
I
thinking of.
remember that it existed,
I will
but I
bring
never
it up.
watched it.
Winx
So-
was the Nickelodeon version of the Tinkerbell series that Disney has. And they
Not
did
even. It was
worse.
more. They made them more of like a superhero. Yeah, Winx Club.
Does anyone remember the 3 female spies?
Yeah, I
You guys
remember
remember
that.
they're making a live action Winx show on
really?
Netflix,
Really?
and it's really cool because each of they're fairies. So each of the fairies have like superpowers, and they each have like elements to them.
Okay.
And I watched the trailer for this, and which makes me really
Avatar
excited
with
and hope
wings.
exactly. Like I'm really hoping that they go through with this Avatar thing because Winx looks outstanding, and if Avatar, like the live action Netflix puts that together, it'll be amazing.
Yeah.
Does
Like-
anybody else remember the show where it had like I think it was like 3 teenage girl best friends that were like spies?
Yes!
It was like
Oh my God,
yellow,
what is that
red,
called?
whatever.
Yeah, I remember exactly what you're talking about because I used to play this game online on Cartoon Network for
What-
them.
What was that show? I remember that show vividly. I can't remember the name
It's
of
not
it.
Powerpuff Girls.
No,
No,
Powerpuff
no.
Girls though too.
That's still
Because
legendary.
you would know that.
I
Yeah.
bet money that John watched Ninjago.
Lego?
I did too.
Lego
yeah.
Ninjago.
I watched the hell out of Lego Ninjago. It killed me when Zane found out he was a robot. There's
Is
gonna
that
be
camera
someone
flashing?
out there that watches
Okay,
this
good.
that has somehow the same media exposure that I do, which is saying a lot because my media exposure is crazy. I remember the most vivid details from shows that I watched once.
But you won't remember like the basic plot line of the show.
No, I remember the exact plot line of the show. Long ago in ancient feudal Lego China. Oh no. There was 4 ninja clans, and I remember actually I don't remember a lot about the plot, but I do remember that they were searching for their golden weapons, and the 4 ninja warriors, the fire one who was Kai, the ice ninja who was Zane,
Cole was
the blue lightning ninja who was Jay, and Cole was the earth ninja who wore black. I remember that they each had their own elemental weapons. Jay,
Just sounds like every show that we're talking about is copying Avatar.
Jay had a
Like, Avatar was the start.
They set the precedent.
I'm gonna remember all of
Was
this.
it the ice one that had the ninja stars?
Yes, the ice one had the ninja stars.
Yup.
Cole had the nunchucks.
Nunchucks, yeah.
And
Do you remember Super Ninjas? It was a Nickelodeon show.
I do not.
It came out as like we were getting a little old for Nickelodeon. I remember I stopped watching it like halfway through the show because I was probably like 12 or 13 when it came out. I was obsessed with it. I literally like bought it on iTunes. That's how obsessed with it I was.
See, when
I
I was
don't.
12
It was-
or
it was-
13, I just kind of, I felt like, oh, I'm old now. I don't have to watch Nickelodeon
I
and
never had that
Disney, and
phase.
I decided that I was going to watch MTV and TLC all the time. That's
Well,
all I ever watched.
What about the shows that we used to watch at Gam's house?
Yeah, my grandmother watches an interesting. She used to watch those weather
Interesting programs.
What is it? The Hurricane Chasers, Tornado Chasers.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved those shows.
No, I can't even think. I can never think of the name of it, but the one where it's like, "You are not the father."
Ma-
Jerry
Mari.
Springer.
Mari.
I used
Mari.
to watch
Show.
Maury Povich.
when I was like 10, 9. I used to watch that all the time at my Gam's house.
I imagine
Oh,
Elliot
somebody
sitting
told me.
there.
No, somebody told me. I forget who it was. They told me that when I laugh, I look like I'm being told that I'm not the father.
That's a really good analogy. That's not false. Sorry to break it to you, but they're right. Whoever told you it was right.
I know.
Does anyone
Well,
know-
I was talking about Super Ninjas.
Oh, continue about
But
Super Ninjas.
so basically, it was like these 3 kids. One of them, like he comes from like his whole like family was like historically like they were all ninjas.
There was a lot of ninja TV
For-
show
yeah.
in our youth. Now that I think about
Yeah.
it, I'm about to bring one up after.
For
this.
like
Continue.
so for like generation upon generation, there was somebody in the family who was always like an active ninja, like fighting crime. And it was like a whole it was like the Hannah Montana complex. Like you go to school and you're a normal kid, but you come home and then like your bed lifts up and there's a secret closet underneath where you
There's
become a
so
ninja.
many of those too.
And then it was like that kid and his 2 friends. They were like a secret society of ninjas fighting crime around.
Was this the show with Jackson, the brother from Hannah Montana?
No.
What was
no,
that?
that's kicking it.
That was
and that's a
Kicking It.
live
Yeah,
action
yeah,
TV
that-
show.
I haven't-
Disney.
No,
Oh,
Su-
okay.
Super Ninjas was live action. It wasn't animated.
Oh, I forget the exact title of it, but it was a show on Disney XD, and it was Randy the Ninja. Does anyone remember this? He was in high school.
Yeah.
He was in high school, and his best friend was a ginger, but he was short and fat. He was round like a candy, and Randy was a tall.
Round like a candy.
He was built like a Starlight
Similar.
Mint.
Me and Cora have been experiencing a rebirth because we've been finding out that children's TV that is made today actually has a lot of adult themes, and there's some pretty good ones on Netflix, or especially Netflix originals that they're coming out with. Recommend Dragon Prince, made by the same guys who made Avatar.
I started watching
really
that,
good.
I also
and it was really good,
recommend
but I
Troll
didn't get that
Hunters.
far into it.
Troll Hunters too. She got me started on that.
Oh, it's so
Okay.
good.
A very good show.
I have a question about a TV show, and hopefully, because no one ever remembers this for whatever reason, and maybe John can help me because he actually remembers this stuff.
John always.
Do you guys remember Dave the Barbarian?
Oh,
Yeah.
Dave!
Dave.
And with all the simple skills, Dave made a megaphone out of a squirrel, some string, a duct tape, and a megaphone.
A squirrel.
I remember it existed, but I never watched it.
I love Dave the Barbarian, and no one ever remembers this
Dave the
show.
Barbarian. I used to stay up watching that and the show that was on Disney at way late nighttime about the 2 rabbits. The one was a really hot rabbit, and the other one looked like a disabled clown
A
from
hot rabbit?
like a
I
feminine.
I get it, I
Yeah.
get it.
We used to watch that a lot. They lived in the jungle, right?
Mr. something. It was Mr. I forget what.
Did they live in the jungle?
They lived in a treehouse in the jungle.
Yes.
Why do I not know what you're talking about?
You definitely know
Speaking
this.
of rabbits and TV shows, does anybody else remember Max and Ruby?
Max
course.
and
That's
Ruby. Ruby
God.
and
I
Max.
was, I was watching something the other day, and they
Wonderful show.
mentioned PB&J Otter. Do you remember that?
No.
No.
That was we were like really little when
Does
that was a
anyone
thing.
remember
I was-
Zambubafoo?
Zaboomafoo? Yeah. And like the 2 guys
He
that were in
died
it.
recently.
The lemur?
The
Yeah.
lemur died.
Yeah, like there was like a real lemur that would just like come in during like the opening credits and like that very end, but then they had like a puppet lemur
Yeah.
that would actually like talk and do shit.
I
But
never
tho-
knew the difference. Wasn't an
I wouldn't
observant child.
expect you to. But
I have a vivid memory
I
of watching
remember-
Sesame Street at the dentist. Can't get it out of my head.
okay.
It lives in my mind rent free. Continue.
Okay. But
You knew it was getting late when the George Lopez intro
I
would
was
start.
literally just gonna say that. I was literally gonna say, like, do you remember growing up thinking that you were hot shit because you were up late enough to see George Lopez, Full House, and Home Improvement?
I mean,
Dude.
in all reality, that came out at like 9 o'clock. at night.
Oh yeah, but we were like
My
8.
I know.
So
my 4th and 5th grade memories are full of first period discussing the events of George Lopez with other 4th and 5th graders. It's like, did you see that Benny got arrested last night? What?
there are 2 things that I remember from that show. The one episode, Benny just walks in, takes off her bra like under her shirt and rips it off and goes, "Let's let these puppies off the leash." And then the daughter, what was the daughter's name? Regardless, she said she
That
was
was
like,
her name, regardless.
Yes, her name was regardless Lopez.
They called her Garda.
The one day she and George were like arguing because she like wanted to have sex with her boyfriend or something, and he was
Carmen.
Like, yeah, Carmen. He was like,
Crazy how that works.
he was like, "No, you're 17. I'm not gonna let you have sex with your boyfriend yet." And then she literally pulls out a calendar and she goes, okay, how does March work for you? And he goes, I'm not going to pick the day my daughter loses her virginity.
Wow, we watched some shows.
We watched some fucked up shit.
I vividly remember when Max burned down George's garage with a bottle rocket. Don't know
That
why.
one.
I want to try to describe a show. I can never remember
I got
the
it.
name of it, but it always comes in my head. It's like a group of kids, probably like early preteens,
The House of Lynn, no.
and
We are.
they had like that awesome epic tree house, and they were like this.
Codename Kids Next Door.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I could never
Oh
remember the name
my.
of it.
How did you find
Yes.
Oh, the
that
Halloween.
The
iconic
bald
piece
dude.
of art?
It is the bald dude.
There's
you
a
mean
bald
number,
kid.
Number one.
Number one.
I don't know which ones are
Eugene.
labeled.
His name is Eugene. By
Eugene
the way.
Liang.
No, that's
What about Wizards of Waverly Place?
Well, you know, everything's going to
Emily
be
had a
Breeze.
special
What it
connection to that
seems.
show.
I really did. My 8th grade class was all girls and one guy, and we all, other than the guy, we all went over to my one friend's house and watched the finale of Wizards Waverly Place and cried together.
Oh, it is so sad.
Well,
I know.
Well, I know a lot of gay guys. Their like sexual awakening was the werewolf dude.
Oh,
What was his name? His real name.
Mason, wasn't
Great.
it?
Yeah,
Or
His
real name is Greg Sulkin.
Greg Sulkin.
a fine man.
Okay, him and I know a lot of people there. A lot of gay guys. Their sexual awakening was Danny Phantom.
Gonna catch him all because he's Danny Phantom.
Danny Phantom was fine
Cut
for a
that.
cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
I like Danny Phantom.
Oh
I
yeah,
love that show
Pretty
so
valid.
much.
it's a well.
Butch Hartman really had some great shows. Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I didn't know his name, but I was gonna say it's the same producer or director or animator, whatever the
I don't know
fuck
how
you want
I
to call
know all
it.
these things.
Guys, I'm so proud of us for starting a podcast.
Took so long, but we couldn't have done it without our friends at Anchor.
They really made the whole process so much easier.
Anchor allows you to record, edit, and publish your podcast right from your computer or even from your phone.
Anchor distributes to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more, so your podcast will be heard by as many people as possible.
You can check your stats to see how your podcast is performing, and you can even make money from your podcast no matter how many listeners you have.
Anchor has all the right tools in one place for you to start your very own podcast today. And the best part?
What is it?
It's completely free.
Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
That's anchor.fm. Now let's get back to the podcast.
What about Rugrats?
Iconic.
I never really got super
That
into
was
Rugrats.
the Rugrats theme song was the first song I ever learned how to play on the piano.
I got into the Rugrats teenage show.
All grown up.
All
I remember
grown-
that. Now,
That
I
show
loved
was-
that one.
traditional
that was
Rugrats
great.
was definitely.
Does anyone else remember the Backyardigans?
I remember freshman year. I don't even remember who I was talking about it with, but we were in homeroom and I had we were talking about the Backyardigans and somebody said, "Oh yeah, I remember they all had ghetto names." And she comes over and she's like, not like in like a bitchy way, in like genuinely asking, "What is a ghetto name?" We were all like, "Wait, have you seen the video of Raven Simone?" Where
That's So
wait,
Raven is another show. And So Random. Sorry, I just
Yes.
thought of two of them.
Yes, we'll talk about that in a second. But have you seen the video of Raven Simone where she's like, all these girls named like Watermelon Drea? If you have a ghetto name like that, I'm not going to hire you.
Hey everyone, Ethan here. I just wanted to pop on quick and say that we had a little problem with the audio for the rest of the podcast, and we're just going to use the audio from the camera for the rest of this episode.
I don't think he makes videos anymore, but there's this, he was a commentary YouTuber on YouTube, and he had this character named Watermelon Drea, and he did a video reacting to it. And he first played the video of Raven Simone, and he goes, "I'm not gonna hire you if you look like Big Bird dipped in blood, bitch." Because she had this like big like feathery red hair.
I remember when she did that. Yeah, yeah.
And then he went on literally a 20-minute tirade about how like, you're gonna hire someone with an acceptable name. I don't know if you know this, but people don't have control over the names they are given at birth. I know so many Watermelon Dreas who would work their asses off and put their hearts and their souls into their work.
I have a point to make. They may not be able to change their name at birth, but they can when they're 18, and usually you're
Well-
not working for a big-time company at 15 years old. Just saying.
Well, also,
Going 18 years of your life with one name and then just be like, you know what, I'm
Also,
gonna change
yeah.
my name. I mean,
oh, like, I remember,
Sure.
like, I hated my name growing up because it was like I never knew anyone else named Ethan. Now I'm like, okay, cool. Like I've grown to love it. Like, if you're honestly, like, I'm sure. What's Elon Musk's kid's name? It's like
AEX12.
But it's pronounced like
Kyle.
Schwazi Guaz.
No, it's pronounced Kyle.
It's
like
not Kyle.
actually.
Yeah, it's
Is it
pronounced
actually-
Kyle.
is it
literally
actually-
pronounced Kyle.
I feel bad for that kid. If I'm being completely
See, but
real.
Elon Musk
It's
is like
Kyle.
a god.
Yeah.
He's
Elon
another.
Musk is
yeah.
a living like. If Elon Musk was president, I'd be content.
I would love to meet him.
Yeah.
I'd be
actually,
no, because he'd be like, "Fuck war."
He would save the
We're
fucking
going to
world.
space.
He would save the fucking world.
He'd be like, "Everyone gets Teslas."
And he's smart enough to fix the fucking climate crisis.
Have you ever seen the video where it's him talking about like on how all the people that he looked up to when he was
Yeah.
younger? That is the most like destroying
Yeah, I
video
know.
ever.
Who do you look up to?
He
Can you
no,
list
he, no,
off
he
someone?
was
'Cause I haven't seen it.
it was about like how like Buzz Aldrin and all of them, they're like not supportive of the
Commercial space.
of the like commercial space travel and like all the advancement that he's made in space travel.
Yeah.
They're not supportive of it, and it like broke his heart because those were the guys that he looked up to as a
Never
child.
meet
and
your
then
heroes.
they're the reason that like he does what he does today.
Never meet your heroes.
Mhm.
Can we talk a little bit more
Exactly.
about Elon Musk and everything that he's
No.
doing? Can we talk about the fact
When
that
he made
he's
flamethrowers.
flamethrower? I was just about to say
No,
that
but
he
it was
sells
called
flamethrowers.
not the flamethrower.
Yeah.
because you legally can't
Sell a
sell
flamethrower.
something called a flamethrower.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, bitch, I'm gonna, and he's like such a troll too.
When he built a tunnel.
Have you
Question,
seen? Elon Musk is now selling tequila in a lightning-shaped glass bottle,
I
and it
love
is
that, man.
gorgeous. It is a gorgeous design. He's selling Tesla booty shorts too. I was wondering.
How did
Tequila, rockets, and booty shorts.
He just like appeared one day for me. I don't remember like hearing
Oh,
about
yeah.
him for the first time.
Absolutely.
He just everyone knew who
I
he
was
was.
just gonna ask,
Yeah,
how
all
did
of a sudden.
how did he make his
He's also not natively American. I think
No,
he's like
he's
from.
in
I want to say South
Norway.
Africa.
No, he's
no.
it's
Eastern European or
no, he's like Norway or Denmark or Sweden or
Okay, so-
something. I don't
South
think it's
Africa.
South Africa.
Pretoria?
North Africa. Pretoria.
Which
Isn't
is
that-
where?
isn't
South
that the-
Africa?
Really?
I thought it was.
I figured it was
I-
South Africa, but I didn't want to say anything, so
Yeah.
I didn't want to also
Listen,
be wrong.
listen. I make some outrageous claims, but like 90% of the time,
I wouldn't say
they're-
90.
I don't
Probably
wanna
like 75, 80.
Most of the time, if I'm adamant about
Probably
something,
no. It's probably like 51-49.
Oh,
But
God.
how did he make his? Does
Yeah.
anyone know how
I-
he made his?
Probably-
I don't know.
I have no clue. He
SpaceX,
just like
when
popped
he
up
launched
one day.
SpaceX.
Well,
Takes time, I
Tesla.
Well,
Probably.
both.
But which came first? I did like.
Tesla
Yeah.
came way first. Tesla came way before that.
Are you
Okay.
sure?
Yeah.
See,
because-
Tesla was another thing that just like appeared one day for me.
Yeah.
Well, it
Yeah.
was
I'm
it was
with you on
only
that
ever
one.
it was electric cars that were super pricey, and they were only really ever effective for rich people in cities.
Yeah.
And it was a
love
very
Tesla.
distinct type of rich
So did I.
person.
Every single
Someone who was
time
rich
David
enough to
Dobrik
have one.
posts something on Instagram saying he's giving away a Tesla, I automatically do.
I remember like maybe 3 years ago, if I saw a Tesla around here, I'd be like, oh my god, it's a Tesla.
I
Now I see them all the time.
No,
Yeah.
I still do that. I'm still like, it's
No.
a Tesla. I'm
Well,
driving
yeah, I
past them
still-
all the time.
I still get excited because Teslas are fucking cool.
Yeah.
But
What about the Tesla truck? The
Cybertruck.
Cybertruck's
I
stupid.
genuinely.
What do you mean?
think
It's
a
no.
hype
The
Tesla.
Cybertruck's awesome.
I disagree. 'cause
Like
I
someone
like
could
the
be like,
idea
"Here's
of
a
electric
free
cars.
brand new Tesla," and be like, "I'd like to keep my shitbox, thanks."
No.
The death rattle at 55 miles.
I'd like to keep my shit box.
You killed me.
Well, thanks for joining us, guys.
We're gonna take a brief
I'm gonna
clutch your pearls, hang on to your children. House of Lynn will be back
I'm gonna need a
momentarily.
45-minute nap to process that. I'm gonna take the ends of one of these cords, stick it in your ear, and fucking tickle your brain with it.
You're not
Good
gonna
luck
tickle
finding it.
anything.
Copyright.
I actually think the Pina Colada song is not copyright.
Did you know that Michael Jackson owns the rights to Happy Birthday, and that's why it's never sung in movies, and that's why Applebee's does their nonsense?
But Michael,
Happy-
he's dead.
His estate owns it.
That is so stupid. Why would you do that?
Because you're Michael Jackson and you're crazy. Do you know the other crazy things Michael Jackson did?
It's like his family.
It's like
And
how
like
Freddie
his-
Mercury's estate owns the rights to a lot of Queen music that
Yeah.
he wrote.
But
Like,
Michael
every-
Jackson didn't write Happy Birthday.
Yeah, but I guess he might have.
If I wanted to buy the rights to every Dua Lipa song and I had the cash to dish out like $40 million, I could.
You know how
Isn't
how
that why Taylor
Marvel
Swift has had
was
one
its
of
own
those lawsuits?
company, and then Disney bought Marvel,
Yeah.
and then
It's like it's the exact
they
same
wanted
concept.
to do the X-Men franchise too, and they like couldn't reach an agreement, so Disney was just like fuck it, and then they bought Fox. They bought
Oh,
the
wow.
rights to everything. So like if you have enough money, you can buy the rights to
Disney
whatever
owns
you want.
The world,
Like,
they own the world.
Like when
They
you're
literally do.
when you're a producer in a movie and anything like that, you can license the rights to a song to use in your movie for only that movie. But any like a portion of the profits of your movie will go toward that song because you licensed it. But if you bought the rights to it, you could use that song freely whenever you wanted. That's why like
Yes, like
the Bohemian Rhapsody movie was produced by the same people who own a lot of the rights of Queen music, so they didn't have to pay for any of the rights of the songs in that movie,
Interesting.
which would have been
because it was like endorsed by Queen and
Yeah.
the people who own.
it would have been famously expensive if they had to purchase the rights
Yeah.
for all the music that they used. Same thing in Elton John's Rocket Man. Like
we
they-
need more movies on musicians.
There is already 3 out. There's a lot more than 3 out. There's Bohemian Rhapsody. There's Elton John's Rocket Man.
But
which
we
is a
need
bit-
more.
There's the
Bruce
live Hannah
Springsteen,
Montana movie.
Blinded by Love. There's
Wait,
multiple.
I was
There's
okay.
multiple.
So Ariel and I have this weird obsession with the Hannah Montana movie. But I was watching this video on YouTube last night, and it was these people who like watch movies and make commentary on them. They did the Hannah Montana movie. It was so funny that we should watch that movie sometime, unironically, and just make fun of it. It is so fucking funny. Now that do you remember the time that I just heard John's mic off?
Boom.
Are you gonna behave?
Yes, I'll behave. Austin Powers.
Also, the first.
I'm not a fan.
You're a heathen.
You're a heathen.
I've never seen them.
You've never seen
I'm just like, I've watched them.
It's so funny though.
I've never seen
don't find them that enjoyable.
When
They're not
was-
bad.
When was the most recent time that you watched them?
When we were at Allison's.
That's why you can't enjoy anything there. If you actually you never enjoyed anything at Al's. Fat Bastard is one of the funniest.
I don't
Fat
find
Bastard
it that funny.
inspired Shrek.
Good for
Does that
Shrek.
make you feel?
Can we watch the live action Grinch?
Which one?
I don't like
Jim
it.
Carrey.
You don't
I
like?
don't know. I love the original Grinch, the one from like 60 years ago.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that one.
See, I have a lot of nostalgia for the live action one though, because I watched that all the
Yeah.
time as a kid.
We had that
Oh.
on disc.
We watched that
Yeah.
in school every Christmas.
We always watch
We'd have
fucking
Christmas
Elf.
parties.
Elf is
I
so
love it.
overrated.
No.
It's
so
funny, but I've seen it too
overrated.
many times.
I agree.
And also, I played Buddy the Elf in a fucking Christmas show last year, and it ruined it for me because it was the most humiliating moment of my entire life. I had to act like Buddy the Elf on a stage in front of people.
Hi, I'm Buddy the Elf. What's your name? When he picks up the phone in the
No,
office.
it's Buddy the Elf.
Buddy
What's
the
your
Elf, what's your favorite color?
My sister used to
general.
answer the phone
Just-
like that. And so did my dad. My dad and my sister used to answer the phone, Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color?
This is why white people don't deserve rights.
No, you know who I think is the most overrated actor?
Who?
Adam Sandler.
I knew you were
I
gonna say that.
100% agree.
There are a couple movies
They're
that
like
he's in that
all
but he plays the same role in every movie.
That is
I
false.
don't care. I love that.
No,
He
it is
does.
not false.
Not
Every fuck.
50. You cannot tell me that Billy Madison and 50 First Dates Adam Sandler's are the same Adam Sandler
Yes,
character.
they are.
False.
I promise you.
False.
Yes. He has no.
He was good on Saturday Night Live.
It's
Yes,
great on Saturday
that's-
Night
Not
Live.
tell me he
Well,
has
that's-
no range.
I don't like him at all.
I
I,
don't
think he's a
know.
terrible actor.
Click.
Elliot would
No.
You ever watch Click?
What did I
Same
say?
character.
Click is sad because he looks the same because he doesn't put on 80 different
What
pounds
is
of
going
makeup.
on tonight?
If you're gonna say, I agree that Johnny Depp is a great movie actor.
Yes.
Does everyone agree Johnny
He
Depp?
Oh,
has-
by
he
far,
has
best.
to act
He has
best.
incredible range, yes?
Yes.
Because he takes these whimsical, crazy different ideas of movies. Whereas Adam Sandler's movies are all written by Adam Sandler, so they're all things that are happening to a normal guy with some slightly weird details. That's why he shares similar characteristics, and they tell stories.
Not shares, is the same.
Well,
Hold
okay,
on,
okay.
Here.
Okay.
An example of someone. Okay, yes, Johnny Depp does crazy characters, but
From
Leonardo.
crazy different
Yes,
movies. So
Leonardo
does Leonardo DiCaprio.
No,
Another daddy.
I wouldn't say Leonardo DiCaprio plays
You're right.
your average people, but
You're
he
right.
does
The
it well.
Revenant and The Great Gatsby. Two very similar
That man
characters.
deserves
Man
an
who
Oscar.
goes into
Could
the
watch Edward
woods.
Scissorhands later?
Yes.
I've never seen it.
You
You've
can
never
play
seen
like two
it?
similar characters. I'm not saying that, But Adam Sandler plays the
He's
same
made a career
role.
off of playing the same characters with different names.
I don't necessarily. I can agree on some movies, absolutely. I think a good amount of them are similar, but he does have. Let's not talk about that fucking train wreck of a movie. They were gonna make a sequel.
I have a very, very important question to ask all of you. What is
How's your whole
family?
family?
What is everybody's?
your hole? Oh God.
Have you never heard them say that?
No.
You say that all the time.
I've never heard that.
That was her doing.
Yeah, I used to.
How's your whole family?
I've never heard that.
But what is okay? This is a very important question. What is your favorite part from the Cat in the Hat?
Dirty Mo. I'm
No.
sorry. I love you, baby.
I'll get you, and I'll make it look like a bloody accident.
That's probably my favorite
Yeah.
scene. I like the scene where
Don't touch my feet.
the kid's mom's what
The
is she having like
fiancé or
is he a fiance? I don't know. I forget.
The
I
like dude
love-
that's it. The dude
Yeah,
that's in
when he
the
walks in with like the case of beer and the tank top or like the dad beater shirt that's like
Yeah.
up to here.
beater
The
shirt.
white
What is
beater.
that
The
actually
wife
saying?
beater,
I'm
yeah.
totally blanking
Oh,
on the
What
right
is his
Baldwin.
name?
Alec Baldwin.
Baldwin, yeah.
Yeah.
What about the one dude in the I forget what factory it is, but like the guy goes to shake his hand because he's got a
Mr.
promotion.
Mr. Humberflew.
Mr. Humberflew. Thank you. He goes to shake his hand. And he's like,
I was obsessed with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at one point, and in 5th grade, I would sprint home from school so that way I would get there just in time when the episodes would start playing.
That was me with Johnny K plus 8.
she just really didn't want to get her period.
Did you see she really didn't want to get her period?
Yeah.
What?
Well, she had like 8 kids. So think about the timeline.
I thought you were talking about Korra.
Yeah, I thought you.
Oh, she only had 2 pregnancies.
Who are we talking about?
Kate Gosselin from Johnny K plus 8.
I don't get Johnny K plus 8 then. How did they have 8?
Adoption.
They had twins and then sextuplets.
Yeah, so that's like
Jesus
what?
Christ.
Then you have 6 kids. It's like
Imagine
6
No,
pushing
yeah,
6 kids
no.
out at once.
No, he just said when you have 6 kids, the pregnancy is 6 times as long. Are you fucking kidding me?
It's like when you're baking food in an oven. If I make
No,
one sandwich, it takes 1 minute.
No.
When you have twins, it is still for 9 months. When you are pregnant with 6, it is still for 9 months.
You're telling me it's not like 48 months.
No.
Oh my God. See, like I could understand you thinking maybe like a couple extra months, but not double the time.
Actually, usually it's less.
Yeah,
Because a lot of times when people,
room.
a lot of times when people are pregnant with twins, they're not. What is it? 41 weeks? That
It's shorter because it's
So
like,
you're telling me
pressure
that the human body is capable of building 6 bodies in the same time that it would build 1 body.
Yes.
shouldn't.
So why don't people just always have sextuplets?
Why don't you ask?
Nobody wants to go through that.
Because you know why? She would be.
You just
Duh.
become a slip and slide.
I don't know if
number
this.
2.
I don't know if this is a fact, but I'm pretty sure that she was like taking fertility pills,
Yes.
like to get pregnant again,
Yeah.
and then because she was taking the fertility pills, 6 eggs dropped instead of 1, like normal,
Wow.
and then all those eggs got fertilized.
So the sperm was just like, well, instead of just a first place today, boys, we get 6 places in this
most
race.
of the time when a woman is biology lessons with Ethan.
I'm really happy I had John download that Period Flow app and I logged into my account so he can be updated on my stuff because apparently he has a lot to learn.
I went to a Catholic high school, okay?
Fair point.
I went to the same one, and
Okay.
I still know that you're pregnant for 9 months with 6 children.
I don't think it matters what school you go to or lack of. I think it's just basic human knowledge.
No, Catholic schools are sheltered as hell.
Yeah. There was a lot of stuff that I missed out on because of Catholic school that I never learned until I was out or at a way later date than I should have.
To be fair, I was in Catholic school only up to 3rd grade.
Yeah, so you
got lucky.
I missed it. I wanted to stay in it. I liked the uniforms and I knew my friends. And I popped around. Like
That
after
becomes the
Catholic
problem,
school, I
though.
went.
The uniforms and the friends become the problem.
Not gonna lie, contrary to popular belief, I enjoyed the uniforms.
I didn't
It's
hate
so much less of a hassle in the
It's,
morning.
yeah,
Plus,
like,
you could
since
always accentuate
fifth
with
grade
little touches, like different. Like for the guys, we had our different
colored
ties,
ties, yeah.
and I always wore different socks.
See,
and stuff.
when I was younger, I liked the uniforms now, but now that I'm older and I understand what it means to like dress yourself, I would rather not have a uniform.
I hated it when I was little. And then when I got to high school, I was like, "This is just so easy. I wake up and put on the same thing every day. I can roll out of bed
That's
3
what it
minutes
is.
before leaving the house.
Sometimes
I know
I'll-
what I'm wearing. But like, if I was back in high school now, like my favorite part of the day is like picking out my outfit now. Like favorite part of the morning is like picking out what I'm gonna
dread
wear. Yeah,
No, I agree with that.
I love it.
I like that I
that.
work and I know like what I'm gonna wear because my work uniform is so simple. I either
Yeah.
wear one of the t-shirts of my business and like just a pair of sweatpants. All I have to do is find any matching pair of sweatpants and it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Where are
Okay,
you
bye.
going? Okay.
Carrying
I'll
on.
be back.
With the downfall of Emily's stomach, possibly, I think that we should start trying to wrap up this episode because we're near our timeline anyway.
We talked
And
about
we'll
like
be able to come
TV
up
shows
with-
and stuff the entire episode, and then we just had like a 4-minute talk about Catholic school.
And human gestation.
Yeah, that is so off.
Because we hit the reset button.
Oh, it's been a great episode.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
we've covered a slurry of different topics.
A
I think-
slurry. A myriad.
A smorgasbord of different topics.
Well, thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. Make sure to tune in next Friday for the next episode.
But also, I would like to take 1 second to give a very special thank you for my girlfriend for joining us on this podcast.
She'll be back soon.
Absolutely.
You were a delight.
I feel like I didn't do much.
You were a delight.
It's okay.
Bye. We love you.
Bye.
It was great talking to you. I mean, like, have a nice night.